I just don't understand how, for me, I always tell people is the people when I was younger, they were so ahead of everybody else. And I look at it as like similar to you. Work hard. I've got to work harder. I've got to work harder. I want to catch them. And and you didn't even realize they stopped running. Do you see what I'm saying? And then one day they're not even on the track. And you're like, hey, we're supposed to be competing. You know what I mean? So that's when you mentioned it, it was like, what was that like for you when you got to that stage where everyone, because you know how it is, people go this way, people go that way, there's so many distractions, you know what I mean? So for you, what kept you focused onto basketball? And was it more of the love of the game of basketball? Like, did you really?
It was just, I enjoyed playing sport. It made no difference. You know what I mean? It was, as I said, it was disappointing that I didn't make that, that selection. But if I'd have been selected, would we be having this conversation today? Yeah. Because you got to think, if I'd have made it, play for England, I didn't. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, about 6 months after that, I eventually played England under 15 Pass the Ruck. So there was kind of like a shining moment at the end. But yeah, it was, as you say, some people are in it for the long haul. Some people are in it for that quick fix. Some people were there because I did it at school, so I might as well carry on. Or some people think, you know what, I'm good at this. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see how far it goes. Nice. And I'm probably that last.
Wicked, awesome. Thanks for that. Cool. So now you play for Jimmy?
Yeah, I played. So basically, what it was so to get to Jimmy. So I was playing East London, and I was getting to be. I think I was just becoming a year 12. That was it. Was it year 12? No, just after. I was meant to go to my year 12, but I just passed my driving.
Oh, you was whipping it early?
Well, 16, 17.
You was whipping it early, yeah?
So
that's early, man.
No, year 12, 17, isn't
it? No. But I mean, that's like to finish school and drive straight away. Even when we was like younger, that was still a thing. Like the people who could drive straight away, So I'm just saying, man, like it's all right. It's a good thing, bro.
So that's because I was meant to go and do like a B Tech at Epping Forest, but at the same time, I passed my driving test, and I got a car. It cost me like £50.
Sorry?
So it cost me £50 this car. My first car cost me £50.
50 quid?
Yeah, man.
Did it come out of a Lego set, mate? 50 quid? That's nuts. Go on. What was your first car? Sorry.
My first car was a Vauxhall Chevette.
No one ever used their first car.
You'd have to look on Google to find it.
Nice.
So I had a car sitting, and my parents were like, "You ain't gonna pay for that. You have to sort it out, aren't you?" Oh. So at the time, I was doing, I started doing like a Saturday and Sunday job. I used to work at Homebase, the one in Walthamstow. But it also meant I had to do like a couple of evenings. So I had to kind of leave East London because the days I was meant to work, that was when I was going to training. So I was doing this. So I started playing local league at 15 years old. I was playing men's local league. And that's how I met Tony. I played on his, me and Tony were teammates on his local league. Tony Goblet.
You played with him?
Yeah, I played with him, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Go on.
He's only what? 4, 5 years older than me.
Nice. I've never seen him play. That's why. It's just for me. I've always known him as a coach. That's why you said you played with him. I was like, what?
That's awesome. Tony was interesting. Tony was a very fiery player. Put it like that. He did love a confrontation.
He liked to mix it up a bit, yeah. But continue.
Hey, listen, I was like 15, 16, and I'm playing with these guys, local league, and you know that local league environment after the game. Oh, we got time for a quick one? So they'd pull up to the nearest pub. You're in there having a quick drink, and I'm standing there with my lemonade, and that was kind of cool. Nice. So then I was just playing local league and just kind of just doing what I was doing, and then I got a phone call out of the blue, and it was a player that I knew from around the way. Going, oh, Tony's starting a team up in Newham. He wants you to come and play. I'm like, Tony who? Like, God, wow. Okay, so it worked out that it was the start of Newham Junior. So I went down there, and obviously I played 2 years with Tony. The first year was like with people like J Love mentioned, like Darren Mattis, and it was a lot of park guys, and this was just as he was finding Errol, Julian, J Love, and Robert. And then the second year, that's when Joe, obviously them two had that link, which obviously J Love has spoken about, Tony's spoken about, I will speak about, and that's where it came from. So then in my second year of juniors, we had like Rodney, Patrick, then obviously bringing Errol and all them guys into it, and that's kind of where it started. So I'd done my 2 years with Tony. And I was too old anyway to play under 19. So Joe was like, because I started playing Hackney Men as well. So Joe was like, well, why don't you go down to gym? He'll take you. So I was like, yeah. So went down there, and I played a year for him, which was interesting.
So what was it like? Because there's not a lot of players who, because usually you play for one team, and you play for that team. It's gonna cut in a minute. Sorry. You play for one team, and then you stay for that team for all your career most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is it from going from one gym, playing for one coach, and playing for another coach? What was that like for you? Like, was there a bit of a learning curve for you in terms of just like what the new coach wants from you, or was it easy for you to adjust?